In this video, you're going to learn all about setting up your presence on the internet. As you probably know, to have a presence on the internet, you need a domain name. A domain name is simply a pointer to your website or your web files. For instance, msn.com. That is a domain name, and that is MSN's presence on the internet. Google.com is Google's domain name and establishes Google's presence on the internet. So if you're going to establish a presence on the internet, you're going to need a domain name. Now, depending on the niche you're going to target or what your site is about, you're going to want to make your domain name something along those lines so that it makes sense. For instance, if you wanted to open a website on model airplanes, you could go and search for something to do with model airplanes. Like that, you just put the name in the search and do a search. Okay, it isn't available, but it'll come up with some suggestions. Okay, here's a .biz domain name, and here is a .tv domain name. Now, as you see, there is different types of domains and .coms. At this point, here's the different types that you can buy. Now, .coms are the most used and most recognized, but it doesn't mean you can't use one of these other domains. A popular choice sometimes, if you can't get the .com, is to get a .info if it's a site that has mainly to do with content. Okay, so that's how you can search for your domain name. Now we're looking at Namecheap's interface here. There's other ones you can use as well. Let's go to the home page here. And they have some pricing, $9.69 US for a .com domain name. Now you can also look at their other pricing. If you just go into pricing info here, it tells you the different types of domain names and the different price that they have here. So this is one option for you, Namecheap, and you'll find links to the various sites we're going to underneath this video. Another place you can go is 1&1, and they're a little bit cheaper at the moment. Now keep in mind that these domain name prices change all the time, so you can look around and see which one gives you the better deal. Then again, you come here and you search for your domain name, and if you didn't find it on one site, you're not going to find it on the other, because a domain registration is worldwide. So if it's not available on one site, it's not going to be available on another. So whichever one you're on and search, you'll get the same results. Okay, now that we've gone through all that, let's go and sign in to our Namecheap account here and go through the process of registering a domain. Now, with Namecheap, you can actually fund your account in advance by using PayPal or whatever you want to use here. So you just add funds to your account with the PayPal or Google checkout, and then you can use your available balance to register a domain. So what we're going to do is we're going to search for a domain name. And I call this a generic domain name, because what we're going to do is create a main domain name and then use subdomains as our main subject. Now here's an example. We could make a generic domain name on making money, for instance, and say makingmoney.com, and then if we wanted to talk about affiliate marketing, that would be our subdomain. A subdomain is appended to the front, so we would have affiliate marketing.makingmoney.com. And we could put a website on that subdomain. And then, if we wanted to talk about article marketing, we could do articlemarketing.makingmoney.com and have our website inside the subdomain article marketing. So that's how that works with a generic domain name. By doing that, you are able to put all of your sites on one domain, so you only have the expense of one domain name and one hosting account to put all of your accounts on. Sometimes a good thing to do when you are talking about content sites. Alright, so let's do a domain search here. Okay, so up here in domain search we put internet-business-tips.com. So let's go and see if that one's available. Okay. And as you can see, it is not available. So we can see if we want any of these here. Okay, now you can get internetbusinesstips.info for $2.98 for the first year if you want. But I'm going to keep on searching here. Let's search for something else. Okay, so I found one here called biz247365.com. So what we'll do is we'll go down here and we'll add it to our cart. Now what we want to do is redeem any coupons. If we had a coupon, you just put it in here, the applied coupons. We don't happen to have one at the moment, so what we do now is we just go through either the standard checkout or the express checkout. Standard checkout will take you through some other options that they have for your domains, and express will just take you right to the end. Okay, so let's just go through the standard checkout. Okay, and then in here, what we have are our contacts, our registration contacts. We have an admin, a technical, and a billing contact, and they can all be the same or they can all be different. Okay, we continue to options. Okay, and here you can choose whether or not you want to enable a Who Is guard. People can do a Who Is lookup on the internet and find out the registration details that you have if you don't have some sort of guard in place. So if you don't care about that, you don't have to enable it. So we'll continue to options. Okay, now name servers. This is an important part of what you need to do to point your domain name at your hosting account. We'll go over hosting in a little bit, but what will happen is when you set up a hosting account, your hosting provider will send you an email telling you what to set your name servers at. So what you want to do is use custom name servers, and then what you want to do is put the name servers that they provided inside these boxes. Otherwise, you would use the free name servers. Down here, you can set any forwarding settings. Now, you're not going to want to do that if you're registering a domain. What this allows you to do is set a domain to forward to another URL. So you can set up a domain, for instance, to forward to an affiliate product. So you'd have your own domain and just forward it with your affiliate link to an affiliate product. And then you can forward your email as well here if you want. So let's continue to the checkout. Okay, and since we have $10 in our account, we can pay using the funds available, or we can pay using our credit card. So we're going to pay with our funds that we already have available. This is for our password here to continue. Okay, and then we charge and process. Okay, so here is a summary of what we just did. It shows our details of what we did. Okay, so it completed successfully registering our domain name and our Who Is guard. Okay, and we just click continue. Okay, and now number of domains in our account 1. So we can view our domains here. And there it is, biz247365.com. Now I should point out, remember when we set the custom name servers for our hosting account, if you didn't know those, you didn't have to set them up at the time you buy them. It'll just go to the main domain name servers for namecheap.com, and then you can set them later after you do get hosting. What they'll do is they'll do what's called park the domain. Okay, so then when you go into modify, you click on the domain name, and then you can change the things that you want to change here for the domain registration log, transfer, DNS, domain name servers. Okay, so we have our custom domains here. Okay, so that's how you can modify it afterwards. You can come back, click on your domain, click on the name servers, and then put in your hosting servers in here that were provided to you. Okay, so that's it for registering domains. In the next video, we're going to go over our hosting account and how to control it using the control panel.